Violence has continued to increase in what the Associated Press is now describing as a war between Israel and Palestinian militants. Here is what you need to know. On Monday, the Israeli military continued to release waves of airstrikes on the Gaza Strip as Palestinian militants continued to fire rockets at southern Israeli cities, according to the BBC. According to the Associated Press, at least 212 Palestinians and 10 people in Israel have been killed in a week of violence, with the latest Israeli attacks destroying the Hamas-run Religious Affairs Ministry, which Israel said contained the main operations center for Hamas's internal security forces. The Israeli army also said one of its airstrikes had killed Hussam Abu Harbeed, a commander from the Islamic Jihad group, which it says is responsible for some of the ongoing rocket attacks on Israeli territory, according to Al Jazeera. Israel says its attacks are primarily targeting tunnels used by Hamas and other militant groups in the Gaza Strip, as well as the homes of Hamas military commanders, according to the Associated Press. However, the BBC reports that infrastructure has also been targeted inside Gaza, including the main coastal road in Gaza and power lines. Additionally, vital animal feed supplies are being held outside Gaza, according to the UN Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Last week, it was widely reported that an Israeli airstrike destroyed a building housing Al Jazeera and Associated Press offices, with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken saying Monday he had seen no evidence to verify Israel's claim that Hamas operated inside the building, according to the Associated Press. U.S. President Joe Biden expressed support for a ceasefire in a phone call with Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday, according to a briefing released by the White House. However, on the same day, the U.S. blocked a UN Security Council statement calling for an end to the crisis related to Gaza. Summing up the U.S.'s current stance on the issue, the Associated Press reported U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken as saying, "Ultimately, it is up to the parties to make clear that they want to pursue a ceasefire." In addition to this, the BBC reports White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki told reporters the U.S. believes having conversations behind the scenes is the most constructive approach it can take. This is how the latest fighting began a week ago. Recent days have witnessed the worst violence in Jerusalem for years, according to the BBC. And yesterday, the conflict escalated once again. Here's what you need to know. Ongoing disorder and violence has spiraled into retaliatory rocket and airstrikes by Israel and Palestinians, according to the BBC. Tensions between the two sides have been escalating for weeks over two issues in particular, according to the Associated Press. Nightly Palestinian protests initially broke out at the start of the holy month of Ramadan after police placed restrictions on gatherings at religious sites, including the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. Clashes then escalated over Israeli plans to evict dozens of Palestinians from their homes in East Jerusalem, with more than 500 Palestinians and 21 Israeli police officers injured on Saturday night at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, according to The Guardian. The violence peaked Monday night after Palestinian militants fired rockets into Israel. In response, the Israeli military launched airstrikes against what it said were militant targets in the Gaza Strip, killing 20 Palestinians, according to The Guardian, citing the Palestinian Health Ministry. A march by Israeli nationalists due to pass through Muslim areas of East Jerusalem's Old City has been called off over fears it could promote further unrest, according to the BBC. Both sides have now warned of further attacks, according to Al Jazeera. In a speech, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accused Hamas, the group that rules Gaza, of crossing a red line with his rocket fire, promising whoever attacks us will pay a heavy price. Abu Abeda, spokesman for Hamas's military wing, said the attack on Jerusalem was a response to Israeli crimes and aggression.
For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.